hold God like this. These three very important. Start saving so that you have something to fall back on when by the time other courses come out. Where would it be? Hello, beautiful people. Hey, handsome men. Hey, gorgeous people of YouTube. How you all doing? And welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Ella, and thank you for joining us. On this channel, we post TMIs, we post educational facts, and we post story times. So if you know that those are the kind of content that you're looking for, please do well to follow this channel, subscribe, and share. I know you're going to love my videos here, so share. Anyways, for today's video, we are going to be talking about 10 things I wish I knew before I entered the university. I know you've probably seen a lot of videos telling you what you know and what you should know, but I'm here as your big sister. Maybe you don't have one, maybe you're not close to yours, or just your big sister on YouTube. And I'm here to tell you 10 things, 10 major things I feel like are very important that every fresher should know. And even if you're already in school, you can still make use of it. Who knows? So stick by, and the last one is the sweetest. So let's get right to it. You just got admission, right? You just checked your school portal and jam portal and everything, and you saw that you've already gotten admission to study your preferred course, or maybe they switched your course for you. But the important thing is that you're already going to school, either to university or to polytechnic. When you finally get there, you are confused. What should you do? What steps should you take? How would you go about everything, right? First thing you should do is try to get someone in the school that will guide you on how you do your clearance. See that clearance is very important, and that clearance can hinder you from writing exam. So if you're not quick with your clearance, quick and smart, like if it's to get your one course rep's number and befriend him or her, do that. If it's to get a very good friend that is very popular, do that. If you know someone that's a staff, or you know someone that knows someone that is a staff, do that. You don't need to delay in this clearance. This clearance is very important. Without that clearance, you can't get a reg number. Without getting a reg number, you can't write school exam. So how are they going to put your results if you don't have a reg number? And before you know, you start getting carried over for courses that you know you wrote, but probably you didn't write your reg number on them, and there was no way for them to sort it. It's not like secondary school that they mark the names, they mark with your reg number. So if you don't have that reg number, you are not properly identified as a student. Number 2 is there is no need to join clubs or association. At first, when I first entered school, I thought there was a need. I would join the one for my church, I would join the one for faculty, I would join the one for my department. It was so confusing to me. Like, number 1, their fellowship days are clashing. Number 2, everybody's joining you here. Ella, come to this one. Ella, come to that one. And before you know it, you get so confused. So that's why I say there is no need to join any association or club. And if it is a must that you must join, just pick one. Just calm your mind and pick one, and if you want to follow it up, make sure you follow that one up. There's no need to be jumping helter skelter. The help that you get from here, you can equally get from here. So you just take your time and select the ones that you want to join. I'm not saying standardization is not good, it's very good, but joining a lot of all these clubs and a lot of association, before you know it, you don't take your time away from actually reading your book. That's actually doing what you came to that place to do. Number 3, in fact, it's supposed to be number 1, but number 3, take your religion serious. If you're a Christian, take God serious. Hold God like this, like this. Trials will come, temptations will come, like opportunities will come that because you are broke, you might want to venture into it. And I don't mean godly opportunities, I mean bad opportunities. Because you are broke, or because your friends are doing it, you want to do it, and before you know it, you are lost. And for you to come back, you will start feeling guilty that maybe God will not forgive you. See church, attend church. Because once you stop attending church, before you start again, pick a church. It might not actually be the church that you grew up going to when you were younger. You get, you might actually see just one that just matches your soul and everything, and just stick to one church. Surround yourself with godly friends. Make sure that anything that you are doing in that school is revolving around God. That's just the basic thing. Just tell God to guide your footsteps. Just hold God tight. Hold Him with everything you have, because higher institution is no place for the weak. Higher institution is no place for the weak. I can tell you that. And you need the grace of God to go in and come out. Like, you hear of a lot of students dying, you hear of a lot of students dropping out, you hear that some, maybe their parents had money when they entered, but along the way they could not further their education, they had to drop. You see some just dropping maybe because of their cutoff, their GP was so low, the school just had to withdraw them. So you pray that your efforts will not go in vain. Pray against wasted efforts. Pray against bad friends. pray against being misguided or being misled. The fourth one is tutorials. Tutorials is very, would I say, is very somehow. Like for me personally, tutorials in my year one helped me a lot, especially in subjects that I was not strong in, like maths and physics and even chemistry. Maths, physics, and chemistry. Those like were the three, especially maths and physics. In fact, especially physics. Those were the courses that I was not very gallant in, and you cannot afford to get anything less than a C in your year one. It's going to drop your GP, and especially for my department, those three courses were 30 credit load. Now imagine you getting C for 9 credit load. Like, where would your GP be by the time other courses come out? Where would it be? So that's why I say tutorials is not compulsory, but it's necessary. I'm not trying to say that you have to attend tutorials all the time, because there are also a lot of my classmates that they were not. In fact, they didn't need tutorials for anything. They were just naturally there. Not necessarily my classmates. A lot of my level mates as at then, they didn't really need tutorials. They're already brilliant. I don't be like that. Yeah, I'm not brilliant. I'm just trying to go through it by God's grace and trying to come out the best I can be. So you have to settle down and know what works for you. And the fun thing about tutorial is that you don't need to pay immediately. You can just go for like 2 days, 3 days, or even a week. And if you like it, you can pay to register and join. And if you feel like it doesn't do any good to you, you can just leave it and read on your own. There are so many ways to read. You can form a reading group. You can keep reading on your own. If you feel like reading inside does not do you good, you can go to the school library. You can go to the classrooms when nobody's there and just stay alone and read. So a lot of things work for a lot of people. So you just have to figure out what works for you. Whether tutorial is your thing or it's not your thing. Another is blocking negative advice from senior colleagues. I'm not saying that all advice that senior colleagues give you are negative. I'm just saying that be very selective of the advice that you receive when you're in year one. I'm going to give you 2 instances of what I mean, like some good advices and then some bad advice. I can remember when I was in year one, because senior colleagues always love to come and talk to us, to come and join their clubs, to come and join their fellowships, advise us to read, tell us what we're going to face in year 2. So when we were in year 1, senior colleagues were coming now, we were telling us that we need to, if we want our GP to be very okay throughout our stay in the university, we need to strive for at least 2nd class upper in year 1, right? Okay, fine and good, that was okay. They taught us how to calculate GP and everything. And then they were also prepping us for what we're going to face in our year 2, because for my faculty, for my campus, our year 2 is like one of the hardest levels that you can pass. And it's in that year 2 that they drop people a lot, like they drop them like water. Those advices, like read your books, join tutorials, collect past questions, all those things, those were positive advices. Now, an example of a negative advice that somebody told me, one of them that somebody told me was, you remember I told you guys I was not so good at physics. So there was a senior colleague that came to meet me and was telling me that he saw my results script with where, like, he just glanced at it where a lecturer was marking it, and he told me that I failed the course, and he told me that he actually has a way for me to pass that course. But for me to pass it, I have to give him, I have much he called, it's like he called 10k or 8k for me. I believe because I knew that I was not good at physics, and the exam that I wrote, I wasn't too sure of it, and I didn't want to fail that course because it was bad enough writing it with my classmates, not talk of writing it with people that I don't even know them. So who would I ask to be sure of something, you get? And at that point I was so broke. I feel like that's what actually helped me, because if I had money I would have given him that thing and he would have just eaten my money. So he kept pestering me, when are you paying? I told him to please, that the person can hold on, person hold on, I'm trying to raise the money. Actually I was trying to raise the money, I didn't know where I was going to get the money from. So it was just bothering me. So I went to tell someone else about it, and the person told me that I shouldn't even try that. That's a very big lie. That person just wants to eat my money. At the point I was like, how do you know this thing? That Abby, don't you know that I'm afraid of failing or something like that? The person just said I should trust God. I should trust God, that what that guy is saying is a lie. Would you guys believe that when the result came out, I actually had a B in that physics? I thought to go and tell that guy, I thought you said I'm going to fail. Why am I seeing B? But I just said, it doesn't mean, like, as long as I'm not paying that money, it doesn't concern me. That's why I'm saying that there's some negative advices you receive and there's some positive advices you receive. So you have to filter and know the one that you're going to follow and the one that you're going to dump in the trash bin. Another important one, write all exams, write all tests, do all your assignments. These 3 Very important. Attendance depends on schools. You have to study your school and know what works for your school in terms of attendance. But you see tests, you see exams, you see assignments, do them. People will tell you that, oh, they don't use this assignment, oh, they don't do this one, do them. Some lecturers have, I don't want to say they have score, but they have score. It might be that particular one that you feel that they don't want to use. That's what they will use as your CA. So do every single thing, no matter how minute the test is, no matter how minute the assignment is. Even if they tell you to write ABC, the whole ABC and submit it, write your reg number, write your name and submit. Those are very, very important. Like, you need to do anything to get your grade up in year one, because year one is like your trial year, it's like a bonus year, because it's the year one courses are general compared to when you enter year two and you start specializing in courses for your course. Another one is to source for materials, especially past questions. I feel year one, I said, they majorly use past questions to set a year one exam. Although they might not set it exact and they might not just pick from 1 year alone. They might mix exams 2021 to exams 2019 set to the exams 2017 set 2. So source for past questions from 5 years below and study them like verbatim. I'm not saying you should leave your books. So read your books. When you are done with reading all that you have covered for the semester, face past questions and solve and solve and solve. 100% of your exams, like 75% are going to come from past questions, and you see they're just going to help you a lot, and they're going to help to like know the areas that you need to concentrate on more. And also, some lecturers might be gracious and give you areas of concentration, so make sure you read that area of concentration, like digest it well. Okay. Another is to read your books. See, the only advice I can give yourself is just keep telling yourself. If it gets hard, tell yourself that this is just for a year, this level is just for a year. Once I pass it, I've passed it. I'm not coming back to write anything, I'm not coming back to prove anything. Just read. Like, temptations are going to come, I know, especially if you're a social butterfly. Parties in year one can go. Parties in year one are too much. You move from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. Freshers night is there, faculty night is there, everything night is there. So if you're not careful and if you're not conscious, you might actually lose focus. And before you know it, exam will start. And once that exam period is approaching, you start to fidget because you've not read anything and you've just been going to parties and everywhere. You have to start from scratch. So that's why I said read. No matter, even if it's for an hour every day, read. Try to inculcate the habit of reading. You will not have lectures every day, but yet they will take those topics that they have assumed they've taught you and set in exam. Meanwhile, they didn't come to class to teach you. So it's you on your own that have to go and read, source for materials to read up those topics. So that's why I said read. Start from the beginning so that by the time you're approaching exam time, it will soon be too voluminous for you to digest. Also, try different patterns of reading and scheduling. Some people can be night readers and some people can be day readers. Some people can read alone and some people only understand better when they read in groups. So get to know what works for you better. You're the only one that knows what works for yourself. Don't move with the crowd. Don't be like, okay, because my friends are going for night class, I want to go for night class. No, night class does not work for anyone. Night class did not work for me. Like, I attended night class for like a week, 2 weeks straight, and I will tell you here that there was nothing I read there that I remembered. I had to start reading all over again in the comfort of my own chair and my own reading table. I just faced my book and I read it and I understood it perfectly. And since then, I knew that I cannot read in groups and I cannot read outside. I can only read in my room. Even if I can't even read when somebody is over. Like, I don't know. That's just me. Like, if I have somebody over, and maybe we are the same department, we have exam the next day, I will be sleeping. I'm serious, I will be sleeping. So since I noticed that once it's exam period, I don't like anybody coming to visit me when I know that I'm going to be reading for that day. So just try to know what patterns work for you best and try different patterns. That's why I said start reading early. So by the time you start reading early, you know how to try those different patterns to know the one that work for you before the exam is near. So the final one I'm going to talk about is to save as much as you can in year one. I was not all too buoyant in year one, but a lot of my classmates, like 97% of them were telling me that they had so much money in year one, but by the time year one finished, when they entered year two, they didn't know, like, bills were just coming from left, right, and center. So that's just my advice. Save as much as you can in year one. Your parents are going to be giving you a lot of money because that's your first time away from them, like, for a long time, and probably maybe you are in another state, so they might not want you to lack and they'll give you excess money. And I'm pretty sure that excess money, you feel like the money is always going to be there every time. My dear, it's not. By year 2, you see your allowance to start reducing. To start reducing till it's you that won't be calling them to ask them for money, because they have other things to do. Maybe your younger siblings have already started entering school, or they have other bills at home to settle. And then they feel like you can sort yourself out since you're already in a higher level in school. Start saving so that you have something to fall back on when those rainy days come. So you won't be stranded. So this is just the few advice that I have for you guys. And I hope that you guys take it into practice, and I wish you the very best in your uni years. Love you.